everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Enjoy the show.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in the world, welcome to this episode of the Pre-Market Show. Remember that nothing that is said during this show should be construed as investment advice. You're responsible for your own investment decisions. Please consult a financial advisor before making any decisions based on topics mentioned in this show. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Welcome everybody. How you doing, Andrew?
Yeah, good morning. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the pre-market show. And it looks like we got a new superstar introducing the videos. So yeah, quite like that. Really good. Yeah,
he's doing a good job. I need to get him an agent.
I think so. Definitely. He's taking over from us too soon enough. But yeah. I think before we get into the big, beautiful bill, I think we need to talk quickly about what happened with the SPX today. So massive drop, right? Yes. Yeah, so do you want to?
Definitely was.
Do you want to make a start? Or
I can make a start with it. So this morning, Donald Trump has been a bit quiet on the tariff front over the last few days. I think he had a great time on his tour of the Middle East, and now he's come back with the Trump tariff songs once again. I think this seems like it's a theme that's not going away. So roughly around this time here, we would have gotten that tariff news out of the president's Truth Social account. For those of you who aren't familiar with Truth Social, make sure you check it out. I've recently become a Truth member. And I only follow Donald Trump, I follow the White House, and I follow Trump's press secretary for things just like this. Things like what happened today. So this was, I think, the driver. European Union basically saying there could be 50% tariffs on the EU starting as soon as June 1st, which is very, very soon. And what was the reaction? So that came out around this time. If we just check the timestamp, so it would have been 12:43 for us. And it looks like it's still hanging up down there. So 12:43. So basically in here.
Yeah. So looking at that, there seems to be the threat to Apple seemed to be what pushed it, right? I'm just looking at the report myself, and it seems to be imports targeted at Apple with potential trade restrictions. So yeah, the market definitely got spooked, and for futures, it dropped 1.6%. So that's a big drop. So yeah, it's going to be interesting for myself in the opening in about 10 minutes, which way we're going to take the trade. So at the moment for myself, the trend's your friend, and it's down across multiple charts. And just looking at the delta as well, that's also in the red for ES on futures. So yes, it's going to be interesting to see what trade we take today. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I'm probably going to look to take a short position today. I'm not going to trade. Potentially, I'm not going to trade against that candle there. Could be looking for a pullback to fill the liquidity and then be looking to take a short. So yeah, we could be looking at the fair value gap for a trade later on. So yeah, I'm not going to be in a rush to jump in, but you can just see now looking at that chart, the price is just consolidating at the moment, I think, until we get that open in about 9 minutes.
Yep, I got in basically a short or a put basically before that news came out, and as soon as the news came out, I was a little bit shocked at the reaction and wanted to get out before any sort of knee-jerk reaction happened. But it was very, very, I think, quick in terms of from the time they got Trump posted that Apple news and the EU announcement for the 50% tariffs, prices moved very quickly after that.
Yeah, no, great trade. So I think we all seen that. People in the chat as well seen it on WhatsApp. And yeah, just fantastic P&L, but I'll just say P. That was great. Excellent trade. Well done. It was really good. So how's the week been? So for myself, it's been pretty good. I'm just going to log into my Tradeify account right now. Yeah, I should have got this ready, shouldn't I?
Yeah, that's what happens when we're live. We are live and direct. Also want to say thanks to everybody in the live chat. The live chat is open, so feel free to post in the live chat, ask any questions. Thank you very much for kicking it with us on this Friday, the 23rd of May. Also, Bermuda Day. It's Bermuda Day today,
Bermuda
Andrew.
Day.
That's why I got the Bermuda hat on, representing.
I can see you representing. So, but the way you're talking about Truth Social, I'm still waiting for you to be wearing that red cap. But yeah.
Look, this is for my business. This is a business decision. That's it. Nothing more than a business decision.
Right, you'll be driving one of those cyber trucks next, I can see it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So far it's been a pretty good week. So 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 trade each day. So pretty happy with that. So I'm hoping to finish the week on a high. So yeah, we'll have a look now. 7 minutes to go. And Razi's in the chat. Hi Razi, how are we doing?
Hey, Razi.
Yeah, good
Welcome,
to have
welcome.
you.
Let us know what you're watching today. Any news you're watching? Any particular trades that you're eyeing up for today? Please feel free to let us know.
So, what about yourself? Because you've had an amazing day. Are you looking to trade again, or are you done?
So usually, that's the Bermuda Day. I was trying to find something to put up for Bermuda Day. For today,
I've seen that dance somewhere before.
Yeah, so there is a gumbe. They're called gumbes, and you know of a gumbe.
I think me and you were somewhere, and you was on the tequila.
Oh yeah, that would have been me doing that dance. I thought you forgot that. I was hoping you forgot that. That was a long night.
Just good. We didn't have 4K smartphones back
then. So for today, I'm always looking. Sometimes I'm trying not to look. So I have to finish up early today. There is a big sale that I have to attend. Very, very fun fact, Andrew. Bermuda is actually known for many things. It's known for rum. It's known for beautiful beaches, pink sand beaches. It's also known for popcorn. Not many people know that Bermuda is known for popcorn. So anyway, I decided to do some homemade popcorn for a bake sale.
Cool, that'd be good. Yeah, kids will love it. I think everyone likes popcorn, right? I'm sure they'll take some home for the movies tonight as well, because Lilo and Stitch releases today, right? So.
I've already been told that we have to go and see that at some point. So I'm already on it.
So we do digress. So what's up? Welcome to the chat. So
hey, what's up?
That's the best name in the chat. Yeah, I enjoyed the introduction.
I like what's up.
So did you catch the drop? Mandela did. He posted his P&L in the WhatsApp groups that we have running, and he done very well. So he caught it. So fair play.
Thank you. Also, Bitcoin did the same as well. Like Bitcoin.
Bermuda Triangle. We could do a different show on that, right? I think that's the first thing I asked you when I first met you. Tell me about the Bermuda Triangle.
That is a whole nother show, but today is Bermuda Day, and it's a beautiful
Bermuda
day.
shorts.
Bermuda shorts, yeah. So usually some people will start wearing shorts today or the next business day after Bermuda Day, but there's usually a very big marathon in the morning, so people are probably getting ready. I think that's probably started by now, or just about to start. And then in the afternoon, there's a nice parade, and you get all sorts of people coming.
Yeah, so growing up, we probably couldn't point to Bermuda on the map, but Bermudan shorts, like they were famous growing up, and you thought he was the daddy for a pair of Bermuda shorts, you know? They were the things to have. Okay, back to the chart, back to the show. So Razi's asking, Apple, could we have a look at the chart for Apple?
Yeah, we can have a look. So Apple, I believe, because of that Trump truth, I want to say tweet, because of that truth that Trump posted, let's have a look at its moves in the pre-market. Down pretty solid, 365. So down 3.65% in pre-market. And this gray area shows you pretty much what happened once that announcement was made. There's going
to be some good buy-in opportunities, right?
Absolutely.
Trump's like the wind, wouldn't be surprised if he says something else this afternoon.
Yeah.
So
you never know.
Could be some good buy-in opportunities.
Yeah. Keep your eyes peeled.
So what are we looking at? 3 minutes to go. I want to get a trade off today. Finish the week strong.
All right. Chances are I'm probably going to be a little bit more of a backseat driver today, Andrew, because of the trade this morning. I don't want to give back any of that, and I'll be watching very, very carefully, very cautiously today.
Yeah. So I'll just be following the plan. Be looking for a breakout of the high or the low, and just following my rules. Come what may. Potentially, I'd like it to break out below the opening range. I'd like to follow the trend, but if we get a break above, I'll probably take that trade. So we got the Italian keto guy. Hi all. Hi.
Hey.
How are you doing? Welcome.
Hey. Welcome. Let us know what you're trading, what you're looking at, what you're watching for today. We're always keen to kind of hear from those of you who are watching, and thanks again to everybody in the live chat taking that time to spend with us today on Bermuda Day.
So let's talk about one big beautiful bill, shall we? While we're waiting for these markets.
Yeah,
to open.
sure. Why not?
That is our title, so we better cover it, right?
It is I think it should have probably been, if we would have known what he was going to do, we could have said Apple and tariffs on EU, something like that. EU tariffs and Apple, but like you said, you hear one thing in the morning and then it switches in the afternoon. For the big beautiful bill, right now it is sitting with the Senate, so it's passed the House. What it has in it could change. So looking at tax cuts, there is some concerns that the effects will be negative on the U.S. deficit, but I do believe it's a moving target. It's still an evolving bill, and there will be some changes before it's completed and enacted into law. So I think the first big hurdle was the Senate passing it by one vote yesterday. So I think investors are looking to see, how does this impact my investments? How does this impact markets?
Yeah, and I do think it's great news, for the people who do work in the retail and hospitality, right? Especially on the tips. I think that
absolutely.
Make me more inclined to tip, knowing it's going straight into their pocket, right? As you know, from the UK, we don't really have a tip culture. So when I was in New York, I did find it a little bit strange. They were marking up the bill pretty large, but I did realize that how reliant people are on tips out in the US. So I think that's great for them, to be honest.
Yeah, we're getting the U.S. Open happening right now, Andrew.
Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely right. Opening bell, everything is live.
Okay.
Ding 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 ding.
There
we go.
Okay, so for me, just gonna sit out the first 15 minutes, start marking up the charts, and I'll be looking for a breakout around 9:45. So where are we to? So it's a little bit of a mixed bag at the moment. I got M5, M15 showing upward trend. We got the volumes showing an upward trend, but we know that can change quite quickly. I'm just quite mindful of that long candle down. We could be seeing. We could retest about 50%, 75% of that candle, just fill that liquidity void, and then we could be seeing another push to the downside. So probably just going to mark that in on my chart. That could be a potential limit order to sell there, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I like the way you kind of you think through it and you analyze it. It's very methodical, and I think that's important when you are in this business. I think attention to detail is important, and there's almost the ability to make a massive mistake from a very sort of small. It could be a small mistake, but it could have massive implications on your capital. So I think having a process that is simple also helps in executing it, and it makes it more realistic that you'll stick to it. And also making sure that it suits you, your personality, right? If you're not using computers to execute your orders, you need to have something that you can actually do realistically. So that's why I like these shows, because it shows that it's not always flashy and a whole bunch of profits and fast moves, but we have the process, we go through it, and we have these videos, this library of videos that show over time it does work.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, for myself, it's not my personality to be loud, brash, and a bit of a show off on stream. Unless you give me a couple of bottles of wine, I might play up a little bit. But yeah, it's just not the way I am. Like to be quite cool, calm, collective when I'm trading. I'll just try to do my best to take the emotion out of it. And yeah, I know it's great for clicks and views, right? When you're screaming at the set and swearing and the rest of it. But it's just not me, and yeah, it's not really the show I'd like to do. So yeah, sorry, chat. Maybe on a late Saturday night, if we trade crypto, I'll get a bottle of wine down me and play up once. You can all meet Andy the trader. But yeah, it's not going to happen on this show. Yeah.
No, I'd rather have the real deal, rather be yourself. And that's the authentic version of this. And a few people have asked me in the past, they're like, well, if you're so good, then why do you waste your time, helping people? And so I believe a lot in just giving back. And that's part of the reason why we have the community that we have, and we have the channel, the YouTube channel.
I couldn't agree more. Same reason why. First of all, I do enjoy doing the YouTube. I do believe it's great, to put. How can I put this? Put your balls on the line, right? Taking a live trade live on air. I think that's one thing. But number two, you helped me, and if it wasn't for your help, I wouldn't be where I am. So I think it's good to give back, right? I just think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, and I think you've really mastered this, and you've made it your own. And I think we were talking to Jason Shapiro. We had the show, our last show was with Jason, and he was saying how no matter what, the mistakes that you make, you have to kind of go through those mistakes. You have to go through that process yourself. You can't teach someone how to trade. I believe that you have to, if you want to trade, you have to grab it by the horns, and you have to go and press the button. That's the only way that you'll long-term be successful. And
yeah,
you've
agreed.
Done just that.
And I've had this interest for years, probably the best part of a decade. But I think only, like I said the other week, it's only the last maybe year to 18 months I've locked in properly. Before that, you name it, I've tried it. So anyone in the chat, if you're looking at EAs or trading robots, if you're looking at using AI, if you're looking at using Python scripts, I'm happy to have a chat with you off air. They don't work, right? And I've spent good money on them as well. So I haven't bought the cheap ones. I've bought some expensive trading systems, and none of them worked. Like Mandela said, we're all individual. We all think different. We all act different. You got to find what works for you. So I know some very good traders who just trade fib levels. Didn't work for me. I know good traders who trade fair value gap or ICT. Didn't work for me. So you got to find what suits you, suits your personality, and suits your trading style as well. And that's really important. So with trading, one size doesn't fit all. So when I see traders arguing online, my system's the best. No, my system's the best. Listen, guys, as long as you're profitable, does it really matter? Because end of the day, we're here to make money, right? I'm not here to prove I'm right. I'm just here to make a couple of dollars every week if I can.
And that's it. That's the reason we do this, is so that we can actually enjoy life. I think sometimes people lose sight of the reason, the why. Why are you trading? Why are you studying this? For me, it's so that I can go and have fun at my son's bake sale, giving away fresh Bermuda popcorn on Bermuda Day. And laugh and go play football and go, it's not, for me, it's not trading for trading's sake or trading to show people how good of a trader I am or whatever. I would like to have a good life, and trading is helping to get me there.
Yeah, and let's be honest, no matter how much of a good trader you are, how much you flex it, you'll always have negative comments, right? So just I just stay out of the drama, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, I do like reading some of the nonsense on X or Twitter. It's quite funny, right? But, but yes, that's the only thing I'd say about trading. It can be a little bit immature. I don't think you'd see it in other professions, right? And trading, it can be a profession. If you do it right, you could be trading full time, right? So yes. Okay, so for myself, Mandela, I'm looking at ES future or SPX futures, and I'm seeing M5 up to the daily all green bar H4. So I would like the H4 to change, and potentially we could be looking at a long position. We are getting close to that 50% fair value gap level, so I am mindful of that. That could be acting as some sort of resistance. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it's an interesting start to the day here. So bouncing a little bit after that. So we would have gotten that Trump news, so down gap, and now almost like it's trying to kind of go back to basically where we were. This was where we were yesterday at the close. So yeah, let's see. Interestingly, there was a pretty big down move yesterday as well into the close. So the last 20 minutes of the day yesterday. This is what happened. Last 30 minutes of the day, and then we got that big down move this morning in pre-market. So let's see if we can get a bit of a bounce here, head back towards what would have been Thursday's closing price. That would be very interesting. A very interesting sort of setup. Reminder, Monday markets are closed for Memorial Day in the US. US stocks are closed. Crypto obviously is 24/7.
So what's up's like in the music? So yeah,
I got told that the music was too loud, so I'm trying to keep it on the DL. I'm trying to keep it down.
I've been on to Mandela to
under control.
Do a mixtape for us.
Yeah, we should add that to the we should do like a store or something.
Add it to
like
the ever-growing list, right?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Okay, so yeah, we're just rejecting off the opening highs. I'm just seeing a bit of a rejection here. Okay, we got close to that fair value gap, like 50% level, and okay, I wouldn't like to go long at the moment, even in about 5 or 6 minutes. I'm just really mindful of that long bearish candle, right? So we have got a liquidity void there. We could see that being partially filled before we see continuation down. So I'm a little bit on the fence at the moment if I would take a trade. Now, if we could break above that fair value gap, probably retest it and then open above it, I might be interested in taking a long position. But at the moment, I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. Nothing out of Trump right now. I'm trying to see if there's anything that could shake things up today. Nothing coming out of Trump directly so far today. Can we have a quick look at what's happening?
Yeah, you've gone on mute.
Okay, there we go. Press the wrong button.
Just testing me. Welcome
I was
back.
just testing, making sure you're paying attention. Let's have a quick look at what's going on in the broader, wider market here. We got some requests for some individual stocks. So right now, looks like all red across the board, including Bitcoin is down, looks like the most. We got NASDAQ down 1.2%. Russell's also down, S&P down, and Dow Jones all down. So a down start so far. I always say so far because there have been many times when we've looked back at these videos later on in the day and things have switched up and things have turned green. But for right now, it's more red than green. On the gainers, we have, I think that's Intuit is the way that you pronounce that. Ticker symbol INTU. That's the leader today in the top 100 in the S&P. That's up more than 9%. On the downside, Qualcomm is not doing too great. It is red, leading the losers on the S&P top 100 by mega cap. So mixed bag today to start the day. Apple's down here. So Apple's actually not the worst performer, even though it got a particular dub plate called out directly by Trump. It's actually not doing as bad as Qualcomm, Texas Instruments, and Intel. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things shake out as the day progresses, Andrew. One thing I wanted to show was gold. So gold is actually reacting well. One of the few things that actually reacted well to that Trump truth. So gold would have gotten this nice bump here pretty much around the time of that truth. So the Apple truth and the European Union tariff truth, gold liked it. And it's moved up very nicely, getting a little bit of a pullback in the near term. But yeah, keeping an eye on gold as well today. If we just zoom out just a smidgen. Let's see here. I gotta get my controls in order. There we go. So all-time high in gold. And I was speaking to my wife actually recently. I think that we get something similar to what happened with Bitcoin hitting an all-time high. I think eventually, gold, maybe it does a little dance on the way up, but I think eventually it will test that all-time high that we saw back earlier in the year. Looks like that was in April. So that's where I think it's heading, especially with the turn and the tenure of Trump. Tariffs coming back into play. I think the path of least resistance for gold is definitely higher. Remember, not financial advice as always. Hello to Rosario. Hello to everybody in the live chat. We got Raz, we got What's Up, Italian Keto Guy, and Rosario. Shout out to everybody. Today is Bermuda Day. And one thing very popular in Bermuda is the ear horn. The ear horn that you press and it makes a sound. So that's the sound effect today. Hopefully we don't lose our sponsors for that, Andrew. Yeah, shout out to everybody who is in the live chat today. Thanks for everybody joining us on this Friday, the 23rd of May, Bermuda Day. All right, let's see what's happening. S&P not really moving much, which is okay. This happens sometimes where there's a bit of consolidation in the first 30 minutes of the day. We're still actually in the first 15 minutes of the day. So let's see what happens from here. I'm gonna just sit back for a minute. I believe Andrew is backstage getting all of his tweaking done, and I think his showtime is now. We've had 15 minutes, so interesting to see where we move from here. There we go. All right, I'll do the talking, and we'll let Andrew.
My apologies, I was on mute.
I couldn't tell if you were moving your mouth or not.
I was talking.
I thought you had laser focus on the charts.
No, I was just saying, so you can just see, I got the red and blue here. The red's my 9 moving average. The blue's a VWAP level. You can see got a support level in here, and I've just marked up the charts. Here's my buy order, here's my sell, and I'm looking at around 120 ticks profit, and I'm going to be trading 1-to-1. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to put in some alerts. So this is where I'm looking to buy. This is where I'm looking to sell, and I'll be looking to buy around here. So I'm just going to wait for the price to come to me now. And like I said earlier, quite mindful. I got the fair value gap marked in here around 50%. So yeah, this could act as some sort of resistance level here. So yeah, quite mindful, but the trend's your friend, right? We've got a big push down. We have consolidated here. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'll probably take the trade. I'm hoping for it to break the opening range low. I'd probably prefer to go short today, but we'll see. Let the price come to us and the price will decide which trade we take. So yeah, charts marked up, alerts set. Going to be trading 4 contracts, and I'll be doing a take profit of 120. Okay, locked and loaded, good to go.
You just brought something up to you said something that gave me an idea. Maybe we should do like a workshop or like a web event on our Discord or somewhere where we kind of walk through some of this stuff with people who are interested in learning more. Would you be up for something like that?
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that for sure. Yeah, if anyone wants us to do something on Discord, we can we can do like a live webinar or like a Zoom call or something, right? And then we can we'll just take up time. We'll go through it one morning, maybe on a weekend, and we can mark up a chart, and then we can give that out then to the chat to mark up charts. We can quickly mark their homework, so to speak. Yeah, so we can do that. Yeah, and with Trading View, we can actually replay the charts as well, so we can take some historical data and have a look how the trades would have gone. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be good. Let's do that. Awesome. So can you just remind us, what are you kind of looking for? What are you waiting for, especially for somebody who's just joined, who's just tuned in? What are you kind of waiting for at this moment?
Yeah, so I like to trade the opening range breakout after 15 minutes. So the first three candles, let me just zoom that up a bit. Here we go. It'll be easier. So the first 3 candles, you can see that's my opening range. Yeah, so here was the low. Here was the high, so the opening range is set. And what I'm looking to do then, if we get a breakout of the opening range, dependent which way the price goes, I will take that trade. So if we break above the opening range high, I'll be looking to go long for around 120 ticks. And if we break the opening range low, I'll be looking to take that trade for 120 ticks. So people do ask why 120 ticks. So I base that over the average true range. Normally I take that back about 14 candles. So there's plenty of indicators to get your ATR. Rather than going back and counting every candle, you can just go into indicators here. Type in average true range. There'll be an indicator there that can help you do that. So at the moment we're just going sideways. Charts are changing. There we are. We just, as I speak, they just changed to down. So my preference is to go short today if we can, but the price will decide what trade I take.
Very, very well said. All right. Any questions? Please feel free to pop them in the chat. I wanted to have a quick look as we are on a holding pattern with the S&P trade. Can we have a quick look at some charts?
Yeah,
have a quick look at and see what's going on with some charts. All right. Feel free to interrupt at any time with any updates or any tradable setups that present themselves. For today, we have. So let's see. We have Bitcoin. So Bitcoin hit an all-time high yesterday. Hit an all-time high, which was, I think, unexpected by most. And then after that news from Trump, it's kind of pulled back gone through probably a good amount of stop losses to the downside, but looks like it's finding a little bit of support on the previous all-time high back from December 2024. So we'll see what happens. It's definitely getting bought in the last 30 minutes since the open, and it's doing better than S&P at the moment. So any thoughts on Bitcoin here, Andrew? Hitting the all-time high, which was headline news.
Yeah, I think we said last week to me or the week before we thought we can get a little push up higher, which came through. For myself, I'm to be honest, I can take a guess. Pretty unsure at the moment. Haven't been following Bitcoin that close lately. I'm just letting my crypto do his thing, right? I think it's like a self-torture, right? When you're just checking the price of crypto every day, especially you've been holding for years. I don't know if you could zoom out maybe. H4.
Yeah, let me because this one has quite a lot of lines. We can do a naked chart here. This one, so this would have been, let's get rid of that. Okay, so this is basically what it looks like. Do you want to go a little bit further? This is going back to...
No, that's fine. So just looking at that, I'd say there's potential for a more bullish move.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I definitely agree. We should also do a show where we're looking at the commitment of traders. Commitment of traders is showing that the retail traders, what Jason Shapiro calls large speculators, are shorting this rally, and they tend to be on the wrong side. So I'm with you on that. Let's move along to Apple. So Apple got a call out from President Trump this morning saying that they should not be manufacturing outside the US, and if they continue to do so, they will be slapped with 25% tariffs. So it dropped, pretty large drop lower, but it's off the lows after the open. If we get in a little bit closer, we can see some profit taking from the first 30 minutes of the day in Apple. I know there was some requests for it in the live chat. So just watching this one from the sidelines, down just over 2.8%, and we're watching. There's a fairly big gap. Let's see if we can do this. So a fairly big gap after that announcement on Trump's Truth Social, but it looks like this is kind of like a higher low. This was the low. It's a higher low. So let's see as I jinx it. Let's see how it moves. But yeah, definitely a big gap overnight, and that's something to be very conscious of. Do you want to pick anything? Anybody in the live chat want to pick anything? One thing that is worth noting, I know quantum stocks have been in the headlines recently, so that's something to watch. Quantum names, they're all in the red today. There was an announcement from the White House that Trump will be signing some executive orders today on uranium. I think there's some concerns about uranium, basically uranium falling into the wrong hands, essentially. So all uranium stocks are doing quite well today. Hey, welcome, Elias Adraki. Thank you for tuning in. Please feel free to post anything that you're trading or looking at today. We'll be happy to have a look. So as a theme, this is our uranium theme here, all green. Despite NASDAQ, S&P, Dow, Russell down, we like to look for things that are bucking the trend. And I know a lot of people don't like to trade uranium, but I mean, the chart speaks for itself. This is where uranium was yesterday at the close. This is where we are today. And this is off the back of some reports that Trump will be signing a pro-uranium executive order at some point today before the 3-day holiday weekend. Right. May I ask you, let's see this question. May I ask your first and second preferred day trade setups? How often do they occur? Really good questions in the live chat today, Andrew.
Yeah. So for myself,
Go for it.
So for myself, it's the opening range breakout, and that's 9:30 in the US, and that's normally my one trade of the day. I did take a trade in the week just using old-fashioned price action. Yeah, support and resistance, but they're few and far between. And normally with price action, you can export those trades throughout the day. But I'm not in front of the screen all day. Normally I'll commit myself now to 30 minutes on the New York Open, and that's it, 30 minutes to an hour max. So for myself, it's the opening range breakout at 9:30 New York time, and that's it. What about yourself,
for me, yeah, similar to me. So I have a very small amount of trades that I do. I think the main trade that I like the most, that I feel like I focus on the most, is the same opening range breakout, which is slightly tweaked from what Andrew does, but it's more or less the same principles. I like to look at breaking news now. So breaking news trades are a little different in that you're not only looking at the opening range breakouts. So breaking news is something that has been a weakness of mine, and I'm trying to improve that a little bit every day. Earnings has been something that I like as well. So if the question is the first and second preferred day trade setups, the answer to that WhatsApp is definitely opening range breakout number one, and then number two, I would say breaking news trades is also something that I like on a daily basis. And today was a good example of a breaking news trade.
Okay, so back to my trade setups. We still consolidating, but we got the price moving below the New York VWAP. So that VWAP does act as support and resistance, right? So yeah, we're just hovering around there, but yeah, no trade for myself. Couple of minutes left, and I got my alert set, and I'll come back to the screen if it alerts me, right? So yeah, nothing happening at the moment. We're just really moving sideways. So yeah, I got both positions set up. You can see here's my buy position, here's my sell, and I just have to wait for the price to come to me, right? So yeah, at the moment there's not much going on. It seems to be doing that trend on the Friday. I think it was Monday and Tuesday. After 15 minutes, we were straight into a trade, right? But on the Friday, it seems to be a little bit more conservative, a little bit slower. I seem to notice that the last few weeks.
Yeah, I find also now, like over the weekend, there tends to be some news that can come out. Mondays tend to be big moving days. It's all sorts of patterns that are cropping up now, and yeah, I think it's a good thing in that we can talk about other things. We're not just trading the whole time on these Friday shows, and it shows the other parts of doing this sort of business, building.
It's like business. It's what Jason said on the interview, right? It's boring, and it's meant to be boring. You know, you need to wait, and I think 80% of it's wait in. I think maybe 10%. Just make sure you're in the right mindset, and 10% pulling that trigger, right? When you're sure you've ticked all the boxes of your strategy. So yeah, it can be boring. You do have to wait, but I think the weight to reward ratio, I think it's much more favorable for the reward if you get it right. So what's up again? It's a good idea. Regular review of the commitment of traders would be great. So we can cover that on the Friday show, but it's going to be a week late. That's the only thing. So we could potentially just do a comparison on the charts to show you what the commitment of traders was, but yeah, we'd probably be a little bit late with that data. But yeah, for sure, we can definitely go through it next week.
Yeah, happy to do that. I think it's definitely a tool worth adding. And yeah, great point on the fact that it is, it's not necessarily a day trading tool per se. I think it's more for like market tone and more longer term themes. But definitely we can bring that in. So any other suggestions as well? We're always looking to make the show bigger and better. So please let us know about what do you want us to talk about? What would help you? It's not just about us. All right, Andrew, I wanted to just show one other tool which I've been using recently, which is not really a tool. It's President Trump's public schedule. So if you want to know what is scheduled, just go on to royalcall.com. I did a Google search for President Trump's calendar, and I think there is an official one, but this one, in any event, it will show you where he is, what events are going to be open to the public or open to the press,
and you can at least kind of see what his schedule looks like. I'm not saying every one of these is going to be a tradable announcement, but it's good to know. And
great. Could you pop that link in the chat for us? I think some of the viewers would like that. That'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I can do that right now. I'll pop that in the chat right away. Okay. Alrighty then. I'm going to have a quick look at Twitter, aka X, to see if there's any news. There was some home sales data that just came out as well, Andrew. So we don't get to use this graphic very often. So breaking news.
I love your graphics.
We got let's pull this up, I guess. Yeah, there's some breaking news. So new home sales in the US looks like they are slightly better than expected. So let's see if we get some movement in the S&P as a result of that news. Also, bonds have been moving the price as well. I've noticed when there are bond auctions now, we're getting some pretty big swings in prices as that unfolds. So something to add to the calendar.
Yeah, definitely. So Mandela, for myself, nothing happening. So I'm gonna fashionably bounce.
Okay, and I'm gonna do the same. I gotta get this popcorn down to the bake sale, so I'm gonna bounce as well. Any sort of parting words? Any sort of things to take into the holiday weekend?
I just want to say Rosaro's comment, or said hello there. I wanted to say General Kenobi. If you know, you know.
Is it his name?
It's a scene from it's a scene, I think, Return of the Sith.
Okay, I'll leave that. General I feel like
that's my final words on it. If you know, you know. If not,
okay,
don't worry about it. But, yeah.
Now I want to know. I feel like I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, potentially I'll take a trade if those alerts go off. If not bad. 3 out of 4 for the week. I'll take that, and I'll be back with you next week. So thanks, Mandela. Thanks, chat, and hopefully we see you all next week.
Sounds good. Everybody, happy trading. Thanks to everybody for being a part of our community. If you are interested in joining our community, feel free to send us a message. We have all of our contact details down in the description. Last thing I'll say is Happy Bermuda Day. Happy Bermuda Day to everybody. If you are celebrating Bermuda Day, no matter where you are in the world, have a wonderful and safe Bermuda Day, and enjoy. Take care, everybody. We'll see you all again next week.
Today's show is sponsored by thefivers.com, better funding for traders. Get qualified by private equity fund and manage up to $4 million. So you can choose your funding journey. So you can start with the one-step program, which is hyper growth, two-step program, which is the high stakes, and the low-cost program, which is the boot camp. So pop over to thefivers.com. Please use our affiliate link for 5% off. And it's a great way to start your prop firm journey. Next to ourselves, it's TradeZella.com, the only tool you need to become profitable. So you've got powerful and automated trade journaling. Yeah, you can analyze your trading stats. You can gain some key insights. You can leverage up to 50 plus reports to monitor your progress. You can ask yourself a question after a week or two: do you have a profitable strategy? So you can go through your win rates, your profit factor, how many trades you actually missed, and you can even take it one step further. You can backtest, replay to help you improve. So pop over to TradeZella.com, use the discount code SFX25 for a 10% discount. And finally then, it's STX4X.com, the all-in-one complete trading package, perfectly crafted trading program that meets all the needs of traders. So from Forex, futures, options and more, STS4X provides mentorship and trading systems to suit every trader. So we got the all-in-one package there with this morning's sponsor. So thanks very much to thefivers.com, TradeZella.com and STS4X.com.